Have you ever wanted to play Turok and Goldeneye at the same time? Me neither, but here we are. Hey everyone, as always Jarek here. If I'm going to cover PSP games, I have to talk about Turok. It was made by a single man, his own homebrew project for the PSP. And like most 3D games of its time, its engine was based on Quake. And like most YouTube videos of its time, this video has a sponsor. If you watch this channel, it is a safe assumption that you play first-person shooters. And if you're like me, after an intense session of say Doom Eternal or Ranked Halo, you need a little bit of time to just let your brain recharge and relax. That's where games like say Pokemon come into play, but that's also where this sponsor comes into play. You know what it is? Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends is a free-to-play game on both iOS and Android. If you want to try this out right away, check that link down below in the video information. Once again, it is free. If you want to play a game to just chill and relax, maybe wind down for bed, the campaign missions are great for that. You select a mission, you select your heroes, and you go into a turn-based RPG battle. This is a great way to farm for experience and silver. Said silver can get you new champions. One of the main appeals to a game like this is seeing all the champions you can get and seeing all the different designs, seeing the abilities they have, and maybe mixing up your strategy. I got a mutant dog thing. If you know me, you know I will always choose some sort of animal creature over a boring human or disgusting orc. Can't imagine why I'd do that, total mystery to me. Also, doing campaign missions can occasionally just give you a new champion as well. There's obviously a lot more you can do in this game, and there will always be more you can do in this game because they are constantly updating it. Raid's got special events every single day, plus a bunch of new champions. The big update coming this month is the Guardian Ring. It gives you a bunch of new ways to use your champions, including a whole faction Guardian system. It also gives you a new way to get legendary champions that you might have missed out on, and a new way to upgrade your favorite champions of the past. Again, if you want to try Raid for yourself, check the link down below in the video information, or just scan the QR code that's been on screen this whole time. If you do this, you will get a new hero, Chonru, who is quite good in the Doom Tower, 200k silver, 1 experience boost, 1 energy refill, and 1 ancient shard, so you can summon a new champion as soon as you get in game. All the treasure will be waiting for you here in game, and it's only available for the next 30 days. So as always, a big thanks goes to Raid Shadow Legends, and let's get back on with the video. Quake has been ported to nearly every platform. The PSP is no exception, and it oftentimes is the basis for most mods. But one of the earliest, most notable examples of this is Kurok. This was a standalone campaign that you could download for free and play on your PSP that lasted roughly 40 minutes to an hour. It's surprisingly well polished, and even though it's just a mod for Quake, it doesn't feel like Quake at all. It doesn't have that fast-paced floatiness to it. It feels really like Goldeneye meets Turok. And like I said, this opened the floodgates for homebrew games. That's not a bad thing because this stuff is awesome. When I streamed this game, I think I spent a quarter of that stream just messing around with a Halo game on PSP. I mean, hell, you can even play Firefight in this. It's so weird and it's so awesome.
Double kill. Triple kill. Kill-tacular. Kill-trocity.
Anyway, I could make a whole video on all of these different homebrew things that you could play on the PSP. I don't know if people would want to be interested in that, but for now I'm going to talk about Kurok. Kurok does have a story, believe it or not, at least according to the README file. You play as Kurok, the long-lost brother to someone else that resembles his name. And he wants revenge on the people that have invaded his land, set up base, and infested it with dinosaurs. He sets off on his journey with his trusty secondhand tech bow he bought off eBay, and his hunting knife to discover the secrets and true intentions of the military operations that have taken over. Yeah, so there's not really much of a story here, but I mean, what did you expect? There are occasionally some voice lines.
Hey now, should I really be going in here?
They don't add much, but I mean, they're there. And there's a very slow text scroll at the end of the game. This is all you're getting for story, but honestly, it's way more story than I expected from a homebrew game on the PSP. Instead, let's move on to the graphics. Again, I feel compelled to point out I am playing this on an emulator at a resolution much bigger than what you would usually see on a PSP, so it looks a lot clearer than it usually would. But even on its native resolution, this actually looks fantastic. This really does feel and look like both Turok and Goldeneye at the same time. Hell, it even has both Turok and Goldeneye music. For a mod, this is surprisingly competent. In fact, it looks better than some of the actual games I played on the PSP. And as far as the gameplay is concerned, it feels surprisingly smooth. Movement does feel pretty similar to that of Goldeneye, but a little bit faster and the ability to jump. It even gives me the option to aim with the left analog stick, and since I'm playing this on an emulator, I rebound the left analog stick to the right analog stick and the face buttons to the left analog stick to have regular controls. It's obviously not as good as a regular controller on a regular console of its time, but it's still surprisingly good for a PSP title. Anyway, the gameplay has you fighting a mixture of regular soldiers and dinosaurs, and the environment suddenly swap between Turok rainforest and Goldeneye facilities. But none of this looks bad, and honestly, just throwing dinosaurs in there made me happy alone. We need more dinosaur video games. I've also always wanted a Far Cry game with dinosaurs, but every time I say that, someone says, well, humans didn't exist when dinosaurs existed. That wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, neither does Blood Dragon. Shut up. Anyway, the dinosaurs run at you and jump at you, and if they're close enough, they just bite at you, so they do what you would expect. The soldiers, on the other hand, love throwing grenades, and man, they can really lob them far. Other than that, the only enemy you'll fight is just one helicopter that serves as an endgame boss. The guns are pretty varied for a 40-minute long campaign on the PSP. You get a knife, you get a bow, you get a pistol right at the beginning that's a Desert Eagle and is pretty good. It will kill pretty much everything in 2 shots or 1 to the head. You get a shotgun, which is a little underwhelming. It just doesn't seem to be that effective. If you look closely on top of a shelf, you will get an AK, which shares ammo with the Desert Eagle for reasons. This is an AK, all right. You'll get some proximity mines that you mainly use to blow up tanks, just like in Goldeneye. I called it dinosaurs. You get a Barrett M99. Shot it right in the butt. Raptors are pretty thick though, it's pretty hard to miss the butt. And the last thing you get is a rocket launcher. Yeah, this makes it a little more obvious that this is a Quake mod. There's gibs in this game? This is going to be a somewhat short video compared to my normal videos because there's obviously less to say about a 40-minute long homebrew title on the PSP, but I really wanted to cover it because, man, this did so much for the homebrew scene. It's a fantastic free game you can download and play on your PSP. The PSP had such an awesome modding scene. And if you still have your PSP laying around, or if you just want to play this on an emulator, I would highly recommend you play it. It is a lot of fun. Also, if you want to see a whole video talking about these different homebrew games, I'll totally be down to do that, but it depends on how much people want to see it. As for now, that's going to be the video. Big thanks to everyone that joined me over on Twitch while I streamed it, twitch.tv/Jarek4GamingDragon. If you subscribe, you get to see my videos ahead of time. Also, a big thanks goes to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video. Be sure to check that link down below in the video information to get your free gift, only available in the next 30 days. And of course, a big thanks goes to you for watching this video.